historical or emotional. Two nations come to a standstill when India take on Pakistan. Nothing else matters in the world. Well, today for us on Game Plan, we're so excited about this encounter that we have two, Akash and Ajit, to share their stories, their memories, and also the game plan for when India take on Pakistan. Who are going to be the match winners? Who are going to hold their nerve till the very end? And what are going to be our top stories? Let's take a look.
Can the Pakistan pace battery stop the Virat Kohli Express? A chance for Mohammad Amir to undo his wretched past and come good against the arch rivals. As different as chalk and cheese, MS Dhoni and Shahid Afridi have a point to prove in this big clash of the Asia Cup.
This one is really exciting. You just get goosebumps looking at visuals of old footage. We all have our memories. We all have as fans our memories, but as players, we all remember you. 2007. Tell us about. Tell us about that encounter. It's been such a long time, but you still remember it as like it was yesterday.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, we ended up winning, even though because of a bowl out. I remember, sort of passing the ball to Srishant when the game got tied, and there was obviously a lot of frenzy at that point because it was a low-scoring game on a nice green. In Durban pitch, lots of help for the bowlers. Yeah, look, any game against Pakistan is a high-pressure game. T20 at that point was quite new to every team, but still it was Pakistan. You as much as you don't want to as a player, you still approach it in a little bit different way. Once you go on the ground, yes, it's still a game of cricket, but you know you're still playing Pakistan.
That's just it. Something about India and Pakistan in ICC encounters. India do have the upper hand. It just takes it to another level. Maybe it's the format. Maybe it's that because when you look at, in India right now coming into this in great run, but when you look at Pakistan, you're like, look at most of those players and you're like, on his day, he can destroy any opposition.
Especially in that T20 format, when you talk about 50-over cricket or test match cricket, you need more than just the flair. And these teams are, and there are just two teams in the world, West Indies and Pakistan, who rely so much on flair and flamboyance. This format is ideal for these teams, and they also have a lot of these match winners. So you've got Hafiz at the top. Shoaib Malik has come back, and he's not putting a foot wrong. You've got Umar Akmal. You've got Shahid Afridi. He may have passed his prime, but the fact is he can win you a game, a T20 game. 25 runs are enough. You don't need 125 runs because some of these guys may not be capable of going that far on a consistent basis. So Pakistan is a team that you are always wary of when you talk about T20 cricket. But also, there's a small caveat that 2007 and 2016, initially people from T20 cricket, teams used to compete very often. Now there is a template. Better teams 9 out of 10 times will end up winning the game, and that's why as an Indian and also the analyst in me is very happy that Indian team is looking very good.
That's right. India versus Pakistan, no matter how you put it, it's always recorded in history. You can remember it however you want to. Whereas we do have experts in our studio who've played in those encounters. We had a bit of a chat with some of our others to discover what their favorite India versus Pakistan memories were.
दोनों देशों में, दोनों मुल्क में हर एक इंसान जानना चाहता है हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान के मैच में क्या हुआ. इन्वॉल्वमेंट जब लोगों की बढ़ जाती है तो शायद वो प्लेयरों पे भी अफेक्ट होता है. आप किसी और से जीते या ना जीते एक तरह का गेम समझ लेते हैं, लेकिन अगर आप पाकिस्तान से हार जाते हैं तो उसको हर लोग, मीडिया वाले, सब लोग थोड़ा सा गंभीरता से देखते हैं।
मेल जुलाव काफ़ी है, पाकिस्तान के जो प्लेयर्स भी काफ़ी खुश मिजाज दिल के हैं, वो आपसे इंटरेक्ट करते मिलते हैं और गप्पे शप्पे भी होती है कि भाई ठीक है, मैच के बाद थोड़ा सा होटल में बैठ के थोड़ा बातें होती है मैच के बारे में। लेकिन जब फील्ड में जाते हैं तो फिर तो चाहे वो अकरम हो, चाहे वकार यूनिस हो, चाहे शोब अख्तर हो, चाहेंगे भाई कि वो आपको आउट करना चाहेंगे।
But it's always brings the best of your ability in that particular match. When you play World Cup matches against Pakistan.
As Akash said it, you're going to need match winners, a team full of match winners on either side. But Virat Kohli, in a league of his own, currently the form that he is in has been so mighty impressive. He comes back, remember, into the Asia Cup after being rested against that series against Sri Lanka. He was in superb form in Australia and he enjoys playing against Pakistan.
Yeah, I got 100 in the 2015 World Cup in that opener. So I think what surprised me most about Virat Kohli in this T20 is the aggression he showed. I mean, he's always known to build innings, but the kind of aggressiveness he showed in Australia, maybe he just likes playing in Australia and
which he does. I mean, he's been open about the fact that
loves the Australian bowlers, but he attacked the bowlers a lot more than we've seen Virat Kohli before.
And we've spoken about it, Akash, on a number of occasions now in the last couple of months, the evolution of Virat Kohli. Whatever few wrinkles that he had in his own, in his own technique, he's managed to work that out for himself. So an evolving player, an evolving Virat Kohli is just another level.
Evolution as a player, of course, he's been not just ironing out the chinks, he's adding new things to his batting, whether it's the cut, it's the sweep, or what Ajit said, that innings builder, as we show it on Star Sports very often. He was a traditional orthodox player in this day and age, an aberration of sorts, because he used to take time, but that's thing of the past. Let's have a look at these numbers, because these are phenomenal. First ball strike rate is 147, so he starts that over very strongly, and if you put the bowler under pressure, and I'm sure Ajit will agree with me, that if you start that over as a batsman with a 4 of the first ball, bowler there is nowhere to hide. Because next 5 balls, there is immense pressure, because that's just Virat Kohli boundary. He'll probably take a single. Then there is a Rohit Sharma at the other end, who will hammer you once again. And then you have the responsibility of finishing the over strongly. It's a tough thing to do. But what's setting Virat Kohli apart is the fact that he's managed to stay or be in his own skin, even when there is a big pressure game. That's the toughest thing to do. Because, of course, they're all great cricketers, but what separates good from great is the fact that you can stay and play your natural game, even when the conditions and the pressure is mounting, you're still your own self, and that's what Virat Kohli is doing.
Now, if you're someone who believes that you can see auras, I'm sure what you see around Virat Kohli is the color purple because of the patch that he is in right now. It'll be good to see him back after a break, and that too against Pakistan. It looks like V stands for Virat and victory.
Adelaide.
Oh, it's a good shot.
Melbourne.
That's 4 for Virat Kohli.
Sydney.
What a magnificent stroke from Virat Kohli.
Over 6 days, the world got another taste of Virat Kohli's mastery in the T20 format. As the Aussie bowlers looked on helplessly, Kohli took India to a historic whitewash and also jumped into the list of top 5 T20 batsmen of all time. Kohli has had a meteoric rise in the Maruti Suzuki T20 power rating since 2013. In 2013, he was 36th on the list. By 2014, he had moved up to number 25. And by 2015, to number 17. Before the start of the Australia series, Kohli was number 10. And now is number 4. Some part of his rise can be attributed to the batsman's focus on improving his fitness, going from 84 kgs in 2013 to around 75 now.
You have some key players in your team like Virat or Dhoni, and you have to focus these guys. You have to get these guys out, who are the backbones of the team basically. So if you get these guys early, then it's much more easier for you to hold the game.
What makes Kohli special is his ability to win matches for Team India, something he is one of the best in the world at.
Virat Kohli, the master on the block.
His win contribution score is a seriously impressive 66.7, which means when Kohli scores, India barely loses. In fact, Kohli has scored a quarter of India's runs in T20Is that he has played in and the team has won, which is higher than any other batsman's contribution.
What a player this young man is. He's only still young.
Great entertainer. Terrific to watch.
With at least 8 T20s in Asia Cup and World T20, and then the IPL, we won't be surprised if Kohli by the end of this T20 season lords over the T20 power ratings, which will make him officially the world's best ever batsman in T20 cricket.
So Virat makes up this very destructive top three as far as India are concerned. That is going to be a strength, but bowling is a strength as far as Pakistan are concerned. They've always had their bowlers. They just managed to unearth their fast bowlers from literally everywhere. And you look at the squad and the composition, you've got 4 left-arm seamers. So that is a good combination when you're facing any sides, to be honest.
That's pretty unique, actually,
Yeah.
to have 4 left-arm seamers in a squad of 15. I think, and they're all different. You know, it's Mohammad Irfan, someone who's 7'1". I mean, it must be a nightmare for any batsman to face. Doesn't matter what the pitch conditions are like when the ball's coming from that high. Wahab Riaz has out-and-out pace, and Mohammad Amir's got a lot of skill and is quick enough. So 3 very different bowlers to face.
These are visuals, of course, from Australia. You remember ahead of the World Cup, Akash, where to face someone who's 7'1", those are the kind of things that you make your support staff
Yeah, because
do.
you're looking in that direction. You're actually looking there, first floor. Okay. Also,
It's literally like
so
that,
you got to find ways to innovate because, see, no matter what you want to do, you want to obviously practice as if you're playing a match, but you don't have a bowler. You don't have a bowler who's that tall, add to his height a couple of feet for his arm.
Yeah.
Also, you're expecting a ball from about 9.5 feet. So that's too high. And as a batsman, the moment your eye line goes up, you think everything is pitch shot, which is not the case. He's not bowling shot all the time. Yes, he'll get extra pace and bounce, but he's also going to pitch fuller, and you may just be found caught napping because your weight is on the back foot.
Right.
So these are the subtle things that you have to keep in mind while facing Irfan. But then it's not just about him. It's about the left-armers, and they've got this uncanny ability to make a straight ball look as if it's done something else. Is it
the angle that it comes into?
That's the thing, because cricket is a side-on game. So you tend to stay side-on where both your shoulders are aligned nicely, you're not opening up. But the moment the left-hander comes, left-arm seamer bowling over the stumps, you need to open up. So fundamentals of the game, they go out of the window. Also, straight ball becomes a ball that has done something, and it's not the first time that they've got lots of left-armers. That 2015 World Cup match in Adelaide against India, they had 2 or 3 there as well. So they've had now a fair share of left-arm fast bowlers in the recent past.
Now, you don't need many subplots when it comes to India versus Pakistan, but there is one. There is going to be one as we head into the Asia Cup, and that, of course, is the re-emergence of Mohammad Amir. Now, look, he's faced a lot. We won't talk about what he's been through. Everyone knows it. But, you know, he brings that tag into this series. It's the kind of pressure on him, the pressure on the side, and also the fact that you haven't seen him now for 5 years. It's a group of batsmen that may not be as familiar as perhaps the previous generations were. So how do you contend with that, Akash?
You know, of course, if you haven't played someone in a T20 game, it's always an advantage for a bowler because you don't really know what to expect, and there are only 4 overs to be bowled. A spell may not last more than 6 balls. So these are advantages. But when you're talking about Amir, I think pressure is more on him. Nobody is really bothered what he's going to offer. Yes, we've seen him do great things in the past, which was about 5-7 years ago. So he was outstanding at that time, but now the pressure is on him. Monkey is off, everybody else is back because one, he's a prime candidate to be sledged a lot. There will be people who will be telling him things in his ear, and that is what is going to happen. That's how life is, because if you've been given a chance to rehabilitate, it comes with some of the riders. So it's part of the package. You can't have the cake and eat it too. So with Mohammad Amir, I think pressure is on him in capital letters.
Is it possible for him to find any form of redemption just through the game alone, and that too against India, let's say?
Well, I think he seems to be doing that at the moment. I mean, he, like Akash said, you know, he got sledged in the few games that he's played. Even when he went and toured New Zealand, there were a few things said. So that is going to be part of his rehabilitation, if you like. He's been a phenomenal talent when he burst on the scene. He was a serious bowler, and big things were expected of him. We haven't seen a lot of him. He's been doing well in the domestic T20 competition, right. So that would have given him a lot of confidence. But this is a different kettle of fish.
Second chances don't come around very often, and when they do, and when it comes against, let's say, India in a situation like the Asia Cup, you've got to grab that opportunity. Will this be the re-emergence that Mohammad Amir wants? We'll have to see.
That's an edge. That is an edge.
A young bowler par excellence. A bowler for the future.
That's out. First ball. It didn't swing. It was wide. It was a full half volley, but it kept going on the angle.
The accolades were coming thick and fast for a young 17-year-old Pakistan pacer in 2010.
It's 5 for Mohammad Amir at Lord's, his 50th Test match.
Until Mohammad Amir threw it all away. 5 long years and the 23-year-old left-arm quick is back in international cricket. Revolts raging within the team, and fierce animosity greeted Amir when he rejoined the side. But with the talent he possesses, Amir would be determined to prove all his doubters wrong.
When you're out of cricket for a long duration, you require some match practice and match time, especially at international level, to get back your